300 delegates from the political and business world were in London for the Africa Business Forum 2008. They were here to discuss how far the continent had come in achieving the Millennium Development Goals set in 2000. UK Foreign and Commonwealth Office Minister Lord Mark Malloch Brown outlined what had been achieved so far.
When we look at the MDGs in Africa, it is much more a story of the cup half full than half empty. There is significant progress, and what has happened in a Zambia or a Ghana or many other countries he's mentioned, and many of the countries represented in this room today, is very much about the rewards of good, strong economic and political leadership, accountable to the people of the country.
Given the progress made, he firmly believes Millennium Development Goals are achievable.
The combination of good economic and political leadership in the public sector, combined with an active, ambitious private sector, has produced results from Mozambique and Lesotho to all the way across Africa. And I know, having met the Prime Minister of Cameroon earlier this morning, that he will describe the efforts to improve governance and economic management in Cameroon.
One area of success has been the fall in the number of people now contracting HIV/AIDS in Africa.
The drop in HIV prevalence rates. If ever there is a case where governments saw a crisis and reacted with a combination of social communication, improved public health steps, and other interventions, with a result that the prevalence rates are now levelling off, it is something like HIV/AIDS.
There's also been progress made in the numbers of children getting an education and the distribution of medicines.
So this one, take one.
We've seen the number of kids in school steadily going up in Africa since 1990. We've seen interventions such as measles vaccination sharply reducing child mortality.
He says the UK is continuing to give Africa aid and is encouraging others to do the same.
We have committed to reaching 0.7 of our GDP in aid, with a particular focus on Africa by 2012. And despite the economic difficulties that developed countries' economies are currently facing, we remain committed to that. We've laid out the spending plans to achieve it, and we are pressing through the G8 summit next week, through last week's European summit, and through the MDG event in New York at the General Assembly, for others to keep the faith too, and to honour the commitments made at Gleneagles to achieve these higher levels of spending in support of the MDGs.
Britain believes that with good governance, the support of private sector business and the international community, Africa will achieve the Millennium Development Goals by 2015.